last day of 2020. I'm so ready to move on. So ready to move on. And today is going to be a very simple page. No photos, which I don't think happened for any other day this past year. And I'm just going to do a wrap up of highlights of the year. And normally I don't do these because in general, it's just usually I have just really good years. And so there's nothing to, there's things, but it's not like things that really stand out, you know? And I know that 2020 sucked for a lot of people. I appreciate the fact, I sympathize with that. But I have to say that is not what happened with my family this year. We had probably one of our best years. Our finances were exploding with our investments. We got a whole bunch of things accomplished. Joshua did a whole bunch of adult things, and I did a whole bunch of adult things. And we had a great gardening year. It was just a really, really good year for us. And though I appreciate the fact that we are very lucky, I don't think I have to feel bad about it. And I've been watching videos for the last couple of days on YouTube, and everybody's been like, oh, it was the worst year ever. It sucked. And my problem with that statement is the year didn't suck. There were moments in the year that sucked, and I think it's doing a disservice to ourselves and our lives when we flush an entire year because of one part of it. And if your entire year sucked, if you 365'd your entire year of bad, then I'm so sorry. But in general, I bet if you take 5 minutes, you can find good things that happened in 2020. No year deserves to be flushed. And yeah, it's a life changer and a game changer that we allowed to happen to ourselves. And we need to take responsibility for that and move into 2021 and be the ones in control of what's going on instead of letting it control us. And I'm not going to get into my opinion on COVID and all of that, how it's being handled politically, nationwide, worldwide. I don't agree. And that's what I'm going to leave it at. And so for me, I choose to look at what really happened this year. And aside from election and pandemic garbage, the year was awesome. And I'm not going to let the whole year be tainted because of two small things. And so that's what my page is about today. And it's going to be a super fast, super quick, which is good because yesterday's was not. And I basically printed out some things to use on this page. And doesn't that remind you of the highlights? Do you remember those as a kid? Those magazines, those highlight magazines? Didn't that font look like that? But I found this on designsomething.net. I can't think of it. I'll put the link down below. The 2021. And then I added Bring On to it. And I'm going to put that there. And then I'm going to do my top 10 highlights. I actually had 12, but I'm going to just put 10. I'm going to put that there. And then I did some numbers. I'm in the black and white, right? Flush, no color, nothing. We're cleaning out the year. Time to move in with a clean slate, right? And then I have some corners that I want to put in there. So, yeah, let's get to stickering. So, if you look around your year, what good things happened in your year? Was there a new friend? For me, that's not one of my top 10 highlights, but it should have been because all of you appeared. And I think I'm going to put the highlights down first. That was stupid. And I have met people in the last couple of weeks that I didn't know before. I've reconnected with a bunch of people I haven't talked to in years. Not quite in the center there, Felicia. Yeah, oh well, that'll work. I can't lay stickers and talk. These are on transparent label stickers. I got them from Amazon. No shock there. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad it's the last day. They print out on my regular inkjet Canon printer. Nothing exciting there. But I will put all that down below. And I forgot a link in the last one, and Linda asked me, and at the moment I can't think of what she asked me. Can I have the link to something? Oh well, I'll go back and look, Linda, and hook you up. I've got to catch up on comments. So, but I thought those corners went with those. This is just a font. Oops, hello. This is just a doodle font that I found on fontspace.com. You don't have to download, well, no, I don't remember having to do it for Windows either. You don't have to download fonts to use them. If you're just needing them for like a word or an image, you can just load in what you want into FontSpace and then drag and drop it to your desktop, or right click and save, and it will save it as an image. So you don't have a bazillion fonts on your computer if you don't want them to be on your computer. I love fonts. I have thousands. I love fonts. I like to use my computer to design. Last day. Okay, and then I dig out my Posco paint pens, which are my favorite. They don't bleed through. They're nice and bold. They come in a bazillion colors. They're inexpensive. I get mine from markersupply.com. They have amazing shipping. They have amazing prices. No affiliation. None of that. This is where I buy all of my pens. All right, so we're going to have to lift this. Well, I'll do this one last. It's so thick. Hold on. Okay, so my thought was to bring the two pages together. I'm just gonna draw some squiggles. Don't laugh. I'm not a good doodler. All right, so we'll do this one last here. I don't know where I was going there. Okay, and it dries fast. But yeah, it doesn't bleed. When it dries, it doesn't. They don't shadow very badly either, but I don't really mind that anyways. And they're dry. Okay, so I'm not gonna write my journaling out. You'll see that when it's done. But I want to go over my highlights real quick. Okay, so for number one, these are not in any particular order. Number one, my family hit 20% invested in our 401k. We've been working for 15 years, well, longer than that, basically since 2008. But we've been working really hard to up our percentages into our 401k for many, 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 many years. Our long-term goal always was to reach 20%. We eventually want to be 25% invested, but we're moving things into a Roth and got to figure out how to do all that. But anyways, we hit our long-term goal of 20% invested in our 401k, and yeah, kind of tickled about that. I would say probably the biggest thing that we were able to do in 2020, the number one biggest thing that we did is that we were able to finally pay off our house. Our mortgage is paid off. We are officially 100% debt free. We owe nothing. We have no credit cards. We have no loans. We have nothing. And we have reached several goals in our savings. If you go by the Ramsey method, you had to have like $1,000 emergency backup and then a $10,000 security backup and all of this. I don't follow Dave Ramsey's stuff, but I agree with 99% of it. But so we reached all of our savings goals this year, and we're able to put all of our, basically we were able to reach all of our savings goals also. So financially, it has been a really good year. And so, yeah, we are officially mortgage free and debt free, and it's amazing. It's just amazing. I got back on YouTube more regularly, and I'm connecting up with my friends, new and old, and I cannot wait for 2021 to get to know you all better and to just share what I'm working on and see what you're working on. And I just think that 2021 needs to be a creative year. We need to dive back into things that make us happy. That's how you take your life back, is to do things that make you happy. Shut the door, turn the news off, and enjoy yourself. This year, Joshua had two big ones. He got his Montana State ID. He doesn't drive yet. He doesn't want to yet. So we didn't make him, but he needed to get an ID. So he got his Montana State ID, and he also got his first job, and it was 100% success. And we are just thrilled with how all of that went. And yeah, he did some adulting this year, and I'm very proud of him. And I'm proud of me for not completely not letting him breathe and letting him grow up and do all those things. And it's really hard as a mom. You know they have to, but oh my God, do they have to? So I'm very proud of him in taking big steps into being an adult. We built a huge gardening structure this year so that we could keep the deer out, and we could build arbors and trellises and stuff inside our big garden, and it turned out so wonderfully. And it also gives us hail protection, and I'm just could not be more thrilled with how all of our gardening went this year. It's been a joy. A lot of work, a lot of, oh crap, what's that? For bugs and diseases and normal things that you get when you're growing stuff. But it was a huge success. I did my first arbor growing where we grew squash over the top, and it hung down like you see in the pictures. It worked. And so I can't wait to see what we do next year in the gardens. And which leads me to my next highlight, is that we have accumulated over the last year almost 100 and some odd square feet of food growing space in the house, and it's been awesome. We get our own greens. Right now we're growing cucumbers and okra and, oh my gosh, lettuces and cabbages and herbs and all kinds of stuff all in the house, and it's just been awesome. I did not know I was into plants as much as I have been into growing plants, and I just love it. I love everything about growing my own food, and I wish I had the capabilities of growing everything that we ate so I never had to go to the grocery store again. But that's not possible. We eat too many potatoes. Anyways, 2020 was a year that I really got back into doing my art, and well, not so much back into it, but I made the decision, and I got all of my stuff out, and I've reorganized my rooms, and I want to spend 2021 reconnecting with color. And so I'm very excited about that. I drove for the first time in 20 plus years in snow and ice. Literally the worst ice storm we've seen in 20 years, and that was the day I had to go out in the snow. But we made it. We're home alive. But I have not driven in the snow and ice in probably 20 years. And it was terrifying, but I feel really proud of myself that I made it. And I always knew that if I had to, I could. And since I had to, I did. And yeah, but whew, what a way to start. I guess if you're going to jump in, you jump into the worst and you work your way back to the best, right? Dale got the car all worked. We reorganized the shop, and Dale's been working on it. He has a muscle car, an antique car. He has a 1970 Chevelle, and he's had it since he was in high school, and it's completely redone and by him. And this year he drug it out of storage because the poor thing for many, many years sat more than it went, and he has been taking it back to car shows and rod runs, and he even, he's been doing really good with it. And it's so nice to see him out and enjoying his car again. And I'm very proud of him for digging it out of storage and going for it. I finally figured out my camera system, but that's one of my 11 and 12 highlights. But I think the camera system's going to work for me, and that's really been helping me get my videos up. And I really, really want to focus on doing videos for 2021. I don't really have a goal in mind for it, other than I think it's good for my soul, and I do like to do things that are good for my soul. So, but on a very, very personal level, 2020 was the year that I reached my ultimate dream weight goal that I thought I would never, ever see again. I was in the 140s when I was in high school. I graduated wearing a size 29, which is men's. I don't know what is that? Like a 6, 7 in women's. And this year I not only did I reach 145 pounds, which is basically the weight I graduated high school from, I was able to get into my prom dress from high school also. And through all the ups and downs and all of my highest was 427 pounds. I'm down to 145 pounds. I've managed to stay right around 145 pounds for the last year. And I actually reached it on my birthday in March. But that was probably my highlight of my personal goal, was the fact that I reached a goal that I really, honestly, it's that goal that you set for yourself that you're like, nope, you're never going to reach it. But all the forms and the quizzes and stuff say, so if you had a dream weight, what would it be? Yeah, that's it. And I reached it. And the funny part is that I didn't have to work out to get there. I didn't have to starve. I've eaten more food in the last 5 years than I've eaten in my life. And I reached it. And I am so proud of my family and this whole food plant-based. I'm so proud of my son. I'm so proud of my husband. I'm so proud of me. I love living this way. And I don't know how better way to quote unquote sell it than the success my entire family has had with this. And it's just been a joy. And my 2021 wishes for every single person that takes the moments to watch this video to the end, and my videos in general, is that I hope that you take 2021 by the proverbial balls and make it your proverbial bitch, and do the things you keep saying I wish about, I dream about. If you are tired of doing something that's not working for you, change it. Stop wallowing. Stop finding excuses. It's hard. Welcome to being an adult. You are worth it, don't you think? Because from this side of the tracks, it's awesome. And all you have to do is look both ways to cross and step over. I hope that 2021 brings you amazing, amazing things. Don't let it get to you. You make it the year you want it to be. I'm rooting for you. Let's do this together. Let's make 2021 awesome. I can't wait to see your videos. I can't wait to read your comments. I can't wait to see your journal pages. I can't wait to see your art. I can't wait to see how your life goes, and I can't wait to see where mine goes. It's such an adventure. You guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you so much for watching. I will have photos at the end of this for how this page turned out, but you pretty much get the gist. And I will see you all in 2021. Bye!